Kind of hazy here in Hollywood, though. We're looking for a high Civic Center 84 today. Inland Valley should be in the...
Number ones on Billboard's other charts. Number one on the country chart is...
Save on boys' clothes.
Good evening, milk drinkers. I'm your host, Chris Collins. I did the Chris Collinsworth bit already. God damn it. Damn it, I did the Chris Collinsworth
And that's
bit.
our intro.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I am doing another intro. I am doing another
no.
intro. Please don't keep that in. I am here with Evan.
Yo.
And Sarah.
Hey.
All right, yeah, so we're back. Weeb Sports is back, baby. It's been a little while, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's going to have been like a month at this point because that's what happens when we miss an episode.
Yes, it is. And it's what happens when I get a new job and I have no energy whatsoever to do literally anything except sit in my room and play Halo. So sorry about that, guys. It's on me.
What a life you lead.
Yeah, I work full time doing healthcare things. I have actual problems now.
Fair enough.
Taking advantage of my time off. But speaking of what I'm taking time off from, tonight's topic is very, very vague, and I'm hoping that we just have good conversations about it, because we generally have good conversations here when we have something that we're all very experienced with, and by definition, we all have to be experienced with this because we're in college. Talking about education, just the general idea, like our education experiences, because we've all been through I think all three of us have been through different school environments. I mean, partially just because of location, because I think Sarah and Evan, you guys both went to public schools, correct?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
It wasn't a bad public school, but yes. Actually, it was a pretty damn nice public school.
Really frigging nice. We had tuition to pay, and your school's nicer than mine. All right. But
education, baby.
Yeah, I
you
went
see all
to
those McMansions in the area.
Oh my god, you live in McMansion hell.
I do. I do not live in
Yes.
a McMansion. I live in a normal ass suburban house.
Well, the problem is that where
My
you're
parents
at,
teach
the
in the
normal
district.
suburban houses are also copy pasted.
Yes, they are.
I was in Forge today. I would have considered myself lazy if I would have done the layouts of like any suburbia. Just been like, stop copying and pasting buildings.
We got woods behind my house.
Yeah, those are sick. There have been times, Evan, by the way, where I've been out at Westchester and like I've been out there late at night, and I would just go to those woods behind your house to that like one clearing. And just
What?
Yeah, because it's a nice clearing.
You would come to my house in the middle of the night?
Not your house. I would never get to your house. I'd go to that one, like the little clearing that's like down, like there's like the tall grass that's like a block up from your house, and I'd just walk through that, and then go out to that one little spot with all like the fucking power lines and all that.
Call me next time you do that.
Well, normally it's like 11:30, and so like you.
How early? Do you know when I go to sleep at night? Right?
Last time I was out at Westchester was 9 p.m. and you told me that was too late for you to come say hi to me.
I had shit going on that night.
I get where you're coming from. I understand.
Call me next time.
Will do. But yeah, I went to a private Catholic school, and so for high school specifically, so it's very, and then like public school before that. So we all have very different education experiences. And our music education experiences were different, which is I wanted to lead with that because I had a very personally tailored music education experience, and it's kind of messed with me as I'm going through becoming a music teacher, being like, yeah, everybody's not going to get this. I'm going to have to tailor myself to different than this, because there were individual instrument teachers at my school.
Sure.
Like we had a trombone teacher, a trumpet teacher, a saxophone teacher, a bass teacher, a piano teacher, and a drum teacher. Part-time, but yes, all of those.
Listen, he went to the kind of private school where it's basically a college, but not a college.
Yes.
Makes me feel like shit.
A university.
Well, hey, Sarah, you turned out pretty damn good at the saxophone, so I would say that it all worked out in the end. But just saying, I was like, I'm noticing like I have to kind of adjust how I'm doing things, because I do have to take like a more. Jeez, I'm doing a thing.
I'm on the phone.
Go away. I'm recording something. Do it silently. No, I'm not fighting my sister, Evan. Stop inciting violence.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
thought
put
that
some,
was your
like-
mom.
Yeah, I thought that was your mom. Initially, I thought it was your mom, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, that's the sister.
Oh, yeah.
Tell her I said hi.
No, I will tell her. I will tell her only mean things. If you have mean things to say, I'll
I'm gonna
say
tweet at her
those.
from the podcast account.
Yo, you a bitch. From at Weeb Sports Pod. I'm doing that. I'm doing that right now because I think she follows the podcast.
She follows us. Yeah, we don't follow her back.
So yeah, we're gonna quick tweet.
We're gonna tweet her. Yeah.
I
Shut
like
up.
her though.
I
like her,
don't.
though.
You know, your sister's fine. Like I was at your house the other night. You guys got along fine.
She sucks.
You guys are cute together.
Mm-hmm. Like
Nah,
Sarah, they get
she's
along
great.
better than you would assume from hearing Casey talk about how they get along. Am I wrong?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
well,
know.
'cause-
I've been over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Sarah's been there before. Sarah's also seen that. Okay, wait, I got the wrong thing because it didn't actually link her Twitter. God damn it, I must have screwed something up. Okay,
We were at Casey's house. We watched Godzilla vs Kong.
that was
And
a
then I made him
movie.
watch the Daikon 4 OVA from like 1983, which I don't want to say to my surprise he liked it, but I had accepted myself that he was just gonna be like, okay, maybe this is cool, but like I the impression that I got was like you were like genuinely like pretty into it.
It was alright. It was better than a lot of the things you've shown me.
That's his way of saying, yeah, I like the anime thing.
It's not bad. Like I don't hate anime as a total as a genre of entertainment.
Good,
It's
because I'm
just-
making you watch at least 3 shows this summer.
Well, I know I'm gonna die.
I'm
You
making you
might
watch.
die.
I'm watching you make. I'm basically we're going down my to get into anime list. I'm going to make you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then I have the Korra Blu-rays. Like I have The Legend of Korra on Blu-ray, so we're going to watch that. And I'm going to make you watch FMA Brotherhood. It's going to be hype.
I will make you watch one basketball game.
Sure. Also, I figured out what movie we should watch on like the first night when we move in.
What are we watching?
We're watching not one movie. We're watching Coco and Soul back to back.
Oh, of course we are. Oh wait,
I think-
hold on a second. I just completely
Yeah,
zoned out and did not
took you a
think
moment
of
to
what you
process.
said. Yes,
no,
that is good.
that's actually a really good suggestion, isn't it?
I saw the notification.
Hey yo.
You're a bitch.
Yes, you.
And this is live interaction with the fans. People, never say we don't love you. We had a topic.
We did. I had to yell at my sister for a moment.
Yeah, shoot. And we got way off talking about
Yes,
that.
we did. But yes, the topic was back to just to education because of our different experiences. So like, what was it's like
Education.
Sarah reacted incredulously when I mentioned I had all these other teachers. So what was your music education experience like, Sarah?
Can you hear me? Wait. Oh my god.
Yes, we can hear
Yeah.
you now.
No, we can.
Okay. Cool. My music education was like, okay. I mean, I had a music teacher through elementary school that would come in like once a week, and we did music. And in 4th grade, I started saxophone, and I had like 1 lesson a week for that. And then high school hit, and my high school is grades 7 through 12 in one building.
That's-
So I had one music teacher my entire high school career. He was my band director, he was my choir director, he was my jazz director. He did everything. He ran pits for musicals. Like he did everything. So
That's pretty badass.
yeah, it was just me and him and for the longest time. So like I did PMEA stuff in high school, and other than that, the only music education that I actually got was from a 1-week summer camp out in Ohio where I would do jazz for a week. But other than that, I never had any other training in music. Like my first formal experience with like having like weekly lessons, like not at the beginner level, has been here when I got to college. The first time anybody has sat me down in a classroom to talk about music theory happened in college. Like
Really?
I've never had a lesson teacher like when I was in high school. Like I never took lessons, and it was pretty much a teach yourself as you want to experience it because nobody else can really teach it to you.
That's rough. No offense. Sorry. That's probably not my greatest initial reaction in the entire world, but that is very different from what I had. I mean, it was public school. It wasn't anything fancy, but I started in second grade. My dad started me on piano lessons. He was like, if you can do piano, you can do anything. He was fucking right. Because now I'm surrounded in a room surrounded by instruments and I can play them all. And started piano in second grade. Third grade, I started upright bass, which was fun. I have no idea why. Like, I did not pick upright bass. My parents, my dad, who is, I should qualify. My dad isn't like fucking Endeavor or anything. Like, he's not like a Tiger Mom or anything when it comes to music. He's a music educator himself. He's a middle school band director. So he basically picked out bass and piano, and he to this day wants me to pick up electric bass, and I would kill on electric bass. I know I would, because I have a guitar in my room right now, and I'm just continually fucking around on it. And then I started trombone next year.
Become a guitar guy. Like, when we live together, just become a guitar guy. Or
you think I don't know how to play like random Sufjan Stevens songs on a guitar right now?
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, I just realized of the two things there, the two descriptors, the one you're least likely to be come the summer is guy.
This is very fair.
Of guitar or guy, the one that's less likely is guy.
Yeah. When we're finished up here, I'll play a little bit because I've been working on something for one of my classes. We got to play like a song that we're into. Uses the 4-chord, so I've been working on a thing. I didn't write it. It's just if you.
Oh yes, serenade me, Evan.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Sarah, are you ready to be serenaded? You excited for serenading?
You want me to do this now or after the recording?
No, I'm saying we do it now. We'll put this on the podcast.
You want me to start? Okay.
Yeah, this is content right here.
People are asleep, so I may have to go a little quieter.
Give me the bass voice then. Oh yeah, that's what I like to hear.
That's not an A minor chord.
No.
I got a hair in my mouth. Blech.
These all sound like excuses.
Okay, buddy. I fell in love again. All things go, all things go. Drove to Chicago. All things go. Oh, we sold our clothes to the States. I don't mind. And I made a lot of mistakes in my mind. In my mind, I drove to New York. Fuck, I'm getting worse at these chords. I drove to New York in a van with my friend. We slept in parking lot. I don't mind, no, I don't mind. I was in love with. In my mind, I made a lot of mistakes. Fucking hell, that A minor chord. In my mind, you came to take us. All things go, to recreate us. All things go, all things grow. We had our mindset. All things know, all things know. You had to find it. All things go. I mean, I do know more than that, but like, I know all the words, but it's just I gotta get the chords down better.
That was very good.
Thank you.
That was very, very good.
Yeah. Anyway, so I picked up guitar about a year ago.
Damn.
No, actually, it's more than that. I did it like my last semester of high school. Like I took guitar class. It's fun. I'm not good by any means, but Like, I'm fine.
You can do it, which is better than me.
Exactly.
Piano is something I've been just playing so much piano. That's what I was doing right before this. I just was like, because where I'm set up right now, I'm sitting on my like a couch doing this, and right behind me, I have my keyboard set up.
Okay.
And I was playing through this one thing on TikTok where this one guy he's like a producer who and / like music theory guy who he's a producer that actually knows music theory, which makes him cool. But
Yep.
he like tries to teach it a little bit with like some of like how he does things. It's kind of cool. But one of the things that he played was this really cool just this the the melody, it's just the lyrics are like, would you still love me if I modulated to
I think you've played this for me, and it's like the worst thing I've ever heard.
unrelated? No, this I figured this out about this yesterday.
Oh, okay.
It's just really it's really cool tonight. It's a really nice melody where it essentially just looks like he threw darts at a wall and was like, we're gonna go to that key now. And then like just move the melody there, and I was just playing through that because it's really cool. And also he does major sevens, and I've just decided that if music doesn't have major sevens in it, I don't want to listen to it.
Well, there's a D7 in that.
No, that well,
Facts.
yeah. Sarah gets with me. Sarah's with me on this one. If you're not giving me a major 7, preferably with a sharp 11 in it, I'm not listening to your song.
Oh, sharp 11 is my thing.
Whew. Lydian's fun. Lydian is a fun mode. Just
Sharp 11.
you can tell a lot about a person by how they would describe C, E, F sharp, G, B. Just what would you notate that as? And how would you write it specifically? Like, tell me like the letters and exactly what symbols you'd use.
That's second and thirds.
Because the way I'd look at that is that is C triangle 7 sharp 11. I got points off on a theory project. I remember the first comp project in theory 1 was I got points off of that because I used jazz notations.
Really?
For my chords, yeah. Like my minors were dashes and my majors were triangles.
He's not a classical guy by any means, is he?
Like, he's not a jazz guy.
No, he's not. But it's like, oh, Sarah, you'll love this. So you know I'm off sequence in theory, right?
No.
I'm off sequence in theory because I failed theory class my first semester. Guess who's the only person who's teaching off sequence theory 3 in the fall? Or theory 4 in the fall.
Congratulations.
It's I'm trapped. Okay.
Yeah, to say you're screwed, bro.
I'm gonna have to.
I think we should keep that. No, keep that pause in the recording. Not do it.
No, I'm cutting out this entire thing where I bitch about a professor at a university I'm enrolled in.
But like,
you know what I realized recently? And I have the exact same voice, and not just in I can do it impression, in the sense that if I talk like this and roll my vowels and clip my vowels and talk in a sing-song voice the way he does, I will sound exactly like he does.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It is
when slips during his singing and decides to sing like this, we sound the fucking same.
Yeah, I would say your singing voices are very different.
Yes,
that's also because he's like a voice professor and you're just a dude.
Yeah, I'm just a dude. But like, sometimes I like think to myself, I'm like, is he my future self? And this is some Looper shit because like he and I have the same mannerisms. Like one time we both walked up to an elevator. Like we ended up walking back to Swope from Maine next to each other, and we both went to the same elevator, and we both rang the button, and like we rode the elevator up, and I rode up to the second floor, he rode up to the third, and we. Both of us tried to make awkward small talk, and we both said the same things at the exact same times. Like, we were both like, how are you doing? Sorry about that. Okay, this is my floor. Bye.
That is quality
Creepy
stuff.
Yeah.
Although I will say, he doesn't like. He don't. You don't make me uncomfortable when I'm standing in a room with him.
Yeah,
Like
kinda
when I'm
does.
standing in a room with you, I don't feel like viscerally uncomfortable.
That's because we've slept in the same room together.
But I didn't
I
feel
have a feeling I
uncomfortable.
make people uncomfortable when I stand in a room with them.
This is a good point. I don't think. I do feel like he would be a fun roommate though. If he wasn't like on you about cleaning, I feel like
Yeah.
he'd be a fun roommate.
Though today, that man jokes about having a drinking problem way too often to not have a drinking problem.
Yeah. Okay.
We're singing this one song, Arovan, right? And it's super annoying. Like, I have no idea why he programmed it. We were rehearsing it in class today. And he's like, of all the wonderful pieces of music that I interact with on a daily basis, this is the one damn piece of music that I've had stuck in my head all week. Arovan, Arovan. If I didn't already nearly drink myself blind every weekend, this would drive me to do it. I'm like, whoa!
Okay, yeah, of all of the professors at Swope, which one would be most likely to have a drinking problem?
Have
Yes.
you read his Wikipedia page?
Yeah, I'm also almost 100% sure he wrote it.
Oh, yeah, he definitely wrote it. It's because it's
Yeah.
written the way he talks.
It is.
I'm gonna have to like slice and dice this bit up because like I'm gonna have to cut out like the parts where I quote him, but like we can still talk about how he and I have the same mannerisms. I'm just gonna have to censor his name. Point is, I can't make it too obvious who we're talking about while making it very obvious who we're talking about.
Of course. I'm sorry I had myself muted for a bit. Being inside does mean that now I actually have to deal with people in the house.
Yeah, you're inside. What the hell?
Yeah, they got acoustic tiles put in downstairs so that I can record down here.
They did that for you?
Well, they did that because they didn't want to deal with me being loud at any point.
When did that happen? I was at your house like
It's been happening. And we just finished it up like a week ago.
cool.
Yeah. It's nice in here. A bit, except for the fact that I haven't moved my Xbox out of my room back to like the new thing he got for the TV. That's mostly because I don't have inspiration to make my own CTF map on Forge unless I'm laying in my bed in the middle of the night and going, you could make like Blood Gulch, but make it in Halo Reach and it'd be cool. But then realize you don't have the talent to do that, so you just kind of like make like a I feel like this Forge map I made would be decent if you played it with 4 players.
Have you ever watched Parks and Rec?
No.
Okay, I was gonna ask if you know about Ben and the whole thing with the cones of Dunshire.
Yeah, not at all.
There's one scene where Ben hold on. Where Ben, Leslie's husband, is like trapped, like for whatever reason he can't leave the house, he's sick. So he invents this board game called the Cones of Dunshire. And the Cones of Dunshire make no sense, but also there's this whole subplot for the rest of the show where it takes off and becomes like a cult hit. But regardless, in the episode where he gets introduced, he's stuck at home one day and he has nothing to do. And she comes home and he's invented this entire game. And she's like, Ben, what are you doing? And he's like, I've made a game. And she's like, this is nonsense. And he goes, no, it's not. Could a depressed person do this? And I feel like that's what you're doing with these Forge maps.
I wouldn't call myself a depressed person. I would just call myself a person who is very bored. Because he gets home every day after having to teach like 12 different people per day how to scan a QR code or text a code to a certain number. I swear to God, my job would be so much easier if people came and were able to register just like with paper. Because I'm doing COVID testing for all of you out there who do not know me personally. I'm administering COVID tests. For a while, I was a supervisor, which if you've listened to this podcast, you know I should not be qualified for that and am not qualified for that.
I knew that you were super, and I knew where you were going with it. I still made the mistake of taking a drink when you said that. Because part of me just... It's not, no offense, it's not, oh my God, I can't believe they hired you as a supervisor. But it's just, they very clearly thought they were getting like an adult with like experience in healthcare.
And then
they got a 20-year-old.
Yeah. But that was a hell of a time. But most of my job is just telling people how to register so that we can come give them the test. Like the registration takes like a half hour for some people, and then the test is 2 minutes. Because all I do is just, I'm like, okay, here's a little swab. Put it in your damn nose. All right, spit in this tube. Okay, leave.
You spit in the tube? I just did the nose swab. I got tested like once.
Well,
Maybe it's different now.
Things have changed. Things have very much changed.
Actually, this was when you made me get tested. Well,
I'm so
you didn't-
sorry.
I didn't get it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you guys almost got COVID from me and my dumb family who all got it at the same time, but they didn't think I had it at first. And so they kind of just locked me downstairs. And then at one point I commented, I can't like eat anything aside from the meals you give me, and I'm kind of hungry. And so you know what their idea was?
Microwave.
They brought down my microwave in the
Yeah.
attic, and they were like, "Here's this."
Cool.
But
Did I
yeah.
mention I'm getting my second shot on Friday?
Oh, congrats! I'm getting mine Tuesday. Hell yeah. Sarah, when are you getting your shots?
I get my first one on Wednesday.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also, I want to backtrack. You were talking about C major 7 sharp 11.
Oh yes,
Well,
let's talk about C major 7 sharp 11.
I figured out all the chords that you could make up with those notes. Because you said you can.
Is that
tell
what
a
you've
lot
been?
by a
Is that what you've been
person.
doing while we've been talking this whole time?
Yes.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
You said you can figure out a person by how they would name these notes. So the notes are C, E, G, B, D, F sharp. So
Mhm.
obviously you can make a C major 7 sharp 11. You could make an E minor 7 add 9 add 13. You could make
Okay.
a G major 7 add 11 add 13. You could make
All
a
right.
B minor 6 flat 9 and 11. You can make a
Damn,
that's kinda
D7
sick.
add 9, 11, and 13, or an F sharp sus flat 5 add 9 and 13.
You made the mistake of
Sus.
saying the word sus. In 2010. You know I'm gonna put like the
Yes. If I'm not hearing ding 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 ding, if I'm not hearing that, then I'm leaving this podcast. No, I'm not. I love.
Did I
this
hear?
thing.
Did you see what I did with the Undertaker's theme? It's deleted now, but like the Undertaker from WWE.
Yes, I just.
And then
Hey,
it makes
I have a
boom.
history with the WWE, okay? I fucking love Undertaker.
I forgot. Yeah.
Oh no!
Sorry,
Well,
I
you
had-
may come to my house and kill me over the sacrilege that I committed. I photoshopped the Undertaker as red with like the Among Us visor over his eyes, and then I took like the bell tone that comes in when the Undertaker comes in, and I went into Audacity and I took there are like 10 of them in the dun 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 dun. So I lined them all up timing wise correctly, and then I pitch shifted each of them to the correct pitches. So I made dong 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 with the Undertaker as Among Us. Because Among Us.
Because who up playing with the Among Us?
I've never played Among Us actually.
I'm being honest, it's actually like legitimately fun. I played a couple nights ago because Dusty on Twitter, big shouts out to Dusty on Twitter.
I miss Dusty.
Dusty's great. Do you want me to add you to the Discord that he's got?
Yeah.
That,
I think I have him on Discord.
I'm just looking at the fact that he's just changed it to a PNG of him doing the Pog face.
Pog.
Yeah, it's just Dusty Pog. I think that's great. But he was like, "Yeah, we're playing Among Us. Who wants? Is somebody down?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've just been."
Wait, they're playing Among Us.
Among Us. Yeah, they're doing Among Us. And
I learned how to do that voice, and I'm proud of myself.
Is that the voice? Because in person you can hear it differently. I want to do that voice so bad.
Yeah.
But
Wait, is that how you say his last name?
Yes, it's. I know it doesn't seem like it should be, but it's.
I've been reading it this my whole life.
It's. Yeah, I asked him when I first met him. Just because I was like, I don't fucking know. But so
Also,
Dusty,
I think I'm going to call this episode Edumacation.
That educate. No, I was gonna. If I was naming it, I'd just call it Education Major 7 Sharp 11.
Hey, Education Connection. That whole advertisement.
Yes.
Education Connection.
Speaking of advertisements with good jingles, I didn't know until like last year that they edited
Save
the
big money at
O'Reilly.
Menards?
No, I was thinking of the O'Reilly. They added like somebody yelling O'Reilly in the middle of the
Parts.
holding. It's
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Oh,
They
they
added
put a
somebody.
Descant line in the O'Reilly.
Yeah, apparently, and it's like just right in there, and I didn't notice it until I saw it on TV. I was like, "What is that? How did this
Hey,
happen?
Casey,
Less smarter than this."
you know what happened yesterday? Yesterday was Easter, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what happened? What historic event happened yesterday?
If it's not Easter, then what is it?
It's your favorite thing. They announced that the next part of JoJo's getting an anime.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
You heard about that?
Yeah, because I do follow Weebs on Twitter.
Yeah. There's gonna be
So-
more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Casey. Well, this already existed, but
I know you can't look at me right now, like you can't see me, but I just want
I
you
don't
to
need to.
picture
I know exactly
how
what you're doing.
excited I look right now. I'm
You're
just
ecstatic.
so-
You and I are gonna watch it week by week as it comes out.
I'm just so ecstatic right now. I am just bursting with joy. Can't you tell how excited I am and how happy I am that this is happening? What I am excited about is the fact that I'm only a couple weeks away from High School Musical, baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
2
link where you
weeks.
can get tickets. Come and see it.
What?
We'll link to where you can get tickets.
Don't
Audience,
no,
come
no,
and see it.
no, don't do that. Don't do that. We'll link the stream when it happens. But seriously, the reason that it's a link with a password is because we're trying to limit people.
Oh, good.
That's why there's a link.
That means I can tell my parents to fuck off and not show up.
Oh, good. Please don't have them show up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see Sarah in this because there's a couple moments where I have to stand and kind of be on stage while things happen. And I can just look out in the audience while that happens. And so I'm just going to make dead eye contact with Sarah the whole time.
When I told my parents about it, they're like, oh my God, we can all go out there as a family. I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm going to go out and, watch my friend alone.
I'm going to go watch him scream at the top of his lungs at
It's like, no, I'm going to do like normal college student things and go see my friend, not with my fucking parents.
You're going to hear exactly how much I have prepped my vocal cords, not for singing, but for a line where I just say the words "that girl" as if I'm screaming bloody murder.
That's kind of what you got to do as Coach Bolton, though. What's his first name? Does he have a first name or is it Coach?
He doesn't. But the thing with Coach Bolton is that that's not really how he's played in the movie because I watched the movie recently.
No, he's kind of like a cool dad who's kind of a dick sometimes.
No, he's played kind of as a joke in the movie. A lot of his stuff, he's got like slapsticky kind of moments. Of course, he's got those two kids doing it at a tree. And it's like, all these like kind of jokey moments. And I tried to play him like that originally. I gave him kind of a Boston accent, which I still think I should do because it's great. Davis, we're days away from the biggest game of the year.
So you know why you don't do that?
So I don't say Davis?
Because you could very, very, very clearly, you could very, very easily slip into can I say a Jewish accent? Can I that kind of voice?
Yes, you know exactly what I mean. Yeah, I got I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I understand that.
See the way you just said "yeah" there. Yeah, that.
Yeah. The thing is that it would be hard for me to not slip into Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been trying to undo my accent for the show, which I had to do the first time around with Sam.
Philadelphia is just talk like you have taffy filling the bottom half of your mouth.
Yeah. That's kind of how it is. And also say "wooder" and piss off everybody. But she the director. I talked to her about it because she was like, "Yeah, I like this portrayal of the character, but that's not really what I wanted to do with the character." When I cast you, I was looking for you to actually be like an antagonist, like an act. Because he is kind of one of the few characters who actually plays an antagonistic role in the show. Everybody else,
Coach Bolton villain arc. Let's go,
dude. Coach Bolton villain arc is inbound.
This is Coach Bolton's My Villain Academia. He's going to rise through the ranks of the Yakuza and take over a small town.
And Coach Bolton becomes the arbiter. It's time.
No, you still don't know who the arbiter of good tweets is.
I don't care who the arbiter of good tweets is. I'm just going to use every time if you get back on Twitter and talk about the arbiter of good tweets, I'm just going to repeatedly respond as if you're talking about the arbiter from Halo.
The arbiter doesn't follow you. I know that.
Well, that's sad. Do I know the arbiter in real life?
No, you don't know the arbiter.
Okay, good. Were it so easy.
The Arbiter is a random Twitter person. Let me explain to Sarah and our viewers who the Arbiter. The Arbiter of Good Tweets is a is a person I know from Twitter, and she only posts the best tweets I've ever seen in my life, and only likes my best tweets. So she's the Arbiter of Good Tweets. She's the decider of good tweets. I've never seen her post a bad take. It's crazy.
Wow.
See, I thought that you were talking about.
No. No. He's
Patty-
not the Arbiter of Good Tweets. Sorry. You're not the Arbiter.
Well, no, because his tweets has tweeted like 12 times, and every one of them has been a banger.
The tweets are all right, but she's not as good as the Arbiter.
I'm sorry. Every time you say that, I'm just thinking of Halo 2, and the Halo 2 anniversary cutscenes are really cool. And that's what I'm standing by. I will stand by this till the day I die. Halo movies need to happen, but like just relatively faithful adaptations of the games.
I think Amazon or somebody's making a show.
I know that there's a bunch of things that are in production, or like at one point were in production of some sort. Like, but I think you've got to get it out soon if you're going to do something like this, because you want to capitalize on it. But I think what they were doing anyway, I think they were going to talk. I think they're doing something with Noble Team from Reach. I don't think the Master Chief was the centerpiece.
Yeah, what's the fucking thing with Halo Reach?
Okay. Halo Reach is a prequel. In the game manual for Halo CE, we find out the reason that the humans are on the run is because of the fact that the Covenant, the aliens are the alien alliance that's kicking your ass currently.
That's what a Covenant means, yes.
Well, yeah, they're also kicking your ass.
Yes.
Just took the planet Reach, which was a planet
that
we had
was
colonized.
Master Chief's home.
No.
It was.
Well,
Master Chief came from Reach.
Yes, technically he was raised on Reach, but I wouldn't call it his home because
I would, because the book says John felt at home on Reach. His home would not fall.
Yes.
That's like an actual line from Halo.
Oh, I know it's from the fall. I know it's from from the Fall of Reach. But like knowing the Master Chief's backstory, I wouldn't give it as cozy of a name as that, considering he was just like taken.
Okay, fair.
And raised as a child soldier. That's what I was thinking.
It's still his home. It's not a good home, but like.
So yeah, well, it was mostly just the importance of it was almost analogous to Earth at the time because of how much we had advanced on Reach. But we were making
sure. How far is Reach from Earth?
Far enough away that it's like.
It's a colony.
It's a colony. It wasn't in our galaxy or anything like that.
Oh.
I don't believe. It was far.
Halo, right?
Yes, they do. Fast and light travel exists. And so what happened was that the one commander initiated the Cole Protocol is what he called it, or what it was eventually called, where it was shit. We got to get off of Reach, but we cannot let them find Earth. Do not go anywhere close to Earth. Jump blindly. Go wherever you need to go. And Master Chief jumped with the Pillar of Autumn, and that's how they ended up near the first Halo ring. But Halo Reach is about you playing through as Spartans fighting.
The Pillar of Autumn.
That's the main ship, the cruiser that lands on the Halo ring.
Did they know about the Halo rings, or it's like,
no? They just
goddamn are these big ass rings?
They jumped. Yeah, that's a good Sergeant Johnson.
Thank you.
Also, yes, Sarah, I feel like I should let you know about this because if you come to see us at some point, I would like you not to be caught off guard by the fact
hoorah, right?
Hoorah.
Okay, because in my mind for a second there, I'm like, all right, fuck, what is it? Oy vey. And nope, that's not it.
All right, hold on. We're just gonna do the thing. We'll put it in there. It's just, dear humanity, we regret being alien bastards. We regret coming to Earth, and we most definitely regret the call just blew up our raggedy ass fleet. Hoorah! So yeah, we're gonna do. Whenever I say that speech, regardless of where Evan is in our apartment, he's gonna yell hoorah. So just be prepared. Just be prepared for hoorah.
That's like
this is like strangely reminiscent of like the Troy and Abed's new apartment thing from Community. When they get an apartment.
I love Community. Oh my god.
Community is one of my favorite shows. I love that show.
Yes, I love Abed.
I relate to Abed Nadir harder than I relate to most fictional characters. It's freaky. Anyway, anime.
To watch Community.
What were you saying?
What I was.
Just make you watch Community. God, Sarah, there's so many things I got to make this guy watch. Outside of anime, though most of them are anime. I'm going to make you watch Akira. I'm going to make you watch everything Hayao Miyazaki's ever directed. And you can make me watch anything you want too. Like, that's fair.
Well, mostly because the thing is that like you are making me watch things that I on my own would have no interest in. The things that I'm saying, I'm like, because one of the main things is like I want to play through the Halo campaigns with somebody.
And you're like, hey, I'm going to be living with you. Like, sure.
And you're like, you would already do that though. If I said, if one night we're hanging out and you don't have anything to do, and I'd be like, hey, you want to go play through some of the Halo CE co-op? You'd probably be down to do that, like normally. So it's not like we're doing this as there's not like evening the scales because you're like, yeah, I would already do that.
Exactly.
I'm like, God damn it.
Like, the thing is, I know you're going to love this shit. Maybe it'll take a little bit to get you acclimated to like Full Metal Alchemist, but like Akira. Okay, can I do a little thought experiment on you guys? Do you guys know the Fast and Furious movies?
No.
Let's see. I mean, I've passively absorbed some of them.
I'm gonna run through like a general plot synopsis, and I want you to tell me if it could be a Fast and Furious plot.
I will preface this by saying, are you basing your ideas as to the Fast and Furious movies being something I would enjoy based off of that
I think
that Cosmonaut video?
No, I based them as something I would enjoy based on the Cosmonaut. We should watch those movies.
I do not have any interest in watching the Fast and Furious movies.
I do, because from what I've heard, they're basically shonen anime.
See, maybe that's why I wouldn't like them very much.
You would like shonen anime, dude. You'd love shonen anime. Anyway, no, the whole point of this thing is that like Akira, outside of being like like everyone's like, oh my god, Akira is like it was like a historically changing movie, and it totally like shifted the thing. But like, whatever, divorced from all of like the reputation of the movie Akira, it's just a really cool movie about biker gangs and orbital lasers and psychics, and like it's just really, really cool. So like you're gonna like it because it's cool. It's like if you like the Daikon animation, it's that, but like kind of better.
Well, see, the problem is as soon as people start talking. No one talks in Daikon. It's just random shit that they threw at you, and it was revolutionary because of how they like animated it. I don't think the charm of how well Daikon intros were animated is gonna transfer over to all anime.
That's where you're wrong, because we can watch the dub. Like if you don't want to watch subtitles, we can watch the dub.
Well, the thing is, as a Godzilla movie enjoyer, I'm well aware of how dubs often can ruin movies and stuff like that. Unless you have like a really good dub,
are much better.
Unless you have a really good dub. I tried to find a dub of Shin Godzilla, but I couldn't find one.
There may not be one.
Which it leads me to believe that there isn't one, and I still really enjoyed the movie, of course. And but I thought that maybe I think a dub would have probably made things worse.
Sometimes I think that subs are better for like Akira is one of the examples. I've seen the sub, and it's very, very good because the emotion of the actors comes across very well. But like Full Metal Alchemist, great dub.
Oh no, yes, I know like Cowboy Bebop has a reputation as one of the better dubs that exists. I remember that because I looked it up.
It did, but these days dubs are like generally.
So I looked up some stuff because like before going in with Cowboy Bebop, the same stuff that I looked up before I watched Evangelion, which made me decide not to watch Evangelion over my winter break and to do things that were more worth my time.
Bruh.
I still feel so bad.
There was going to be an Evangelion episode, and it didn't happen because we couldn't actually. None of us would watch it.
Well, Sarah watched it, didn't you?
Sarah watched it. I'm wrong.
I watched the whole thing.
I'm so sorry, Sarah. I left you.
I'm so sorry.
Whatever.
I'm so. Did you understand the ending? Because I don't understand the ending of Ava.
Yeah.
You did, or yet? Yeah.
Like, it was weird, but like I did some like searching of my own, see what other people had to say, and I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
Okay, did you watch the end of Evangelion and Death and Rebirth, the movies?
No.
Because the thing about Evangelion, good. Because the thing about Evangelion is that Anno finished it. Hideki Anno, like he finished Neon Genesis Evangelion, and then a couple years later, he was like, "Fuck, So he made The End of Evangelion, which retcons the ending and it's supposed to be the end. Or maybe I'm getting them backwards. There's The End of Evangelion and there's Death and Rebirth. And they are both retcons of The End of Evangelion. One of them is a retcon of the other one.
That's weird as hell.
It's weird. It's just because Ano, like, he couldn't fucking finish the series. And he was like, fuck it, I'm done.
You see, if I wanted to watch something that Hideki Anno had a major part in, I'd just watch Shin Godzilla again.
I'd watch Gurren Lagann, but... Ooh.
Shin Godzilla was such a good movie. Such a good movie. And I mean that as a person who understands that Godzilla movies are often just, you're there for what you're there for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you're getting. I'm not going to be somebody who actually unironically claims that Godzilla King of the Monsters is like a well-constructed movie. I'll just say that, shit, they got all my favorite monster dudes as fucking ridiculously lifelike CGI characters, and they fought the shit out of each other. Okay, that was great. And Godzilla vs. Kong had some weird shit going on in it, but it had giant lizard punch giant ape and also Mecha Godzilla.
Okay. But now Gurren Lagann has moved up to the list of like shit that I have to make you watch first.
We're gonna run out of time in the summer to see things.
Most anime series are only about 13 hours long.
That's a lot of hours for somebody who does not have this very large stomach for entertainment.
No, but like
long,
uninteractive
entertainment.
We could do Gurren Lagann in a couple nights. Like we could do Gurren Lagann over the course of a week. And you'd like Gurren Lagann because Gurren Lagann is big ass robots based on monsters, and I don't want to say anime titties, but there are a fair amount of those, and way too many drill innuendos, and they're all deliberate.
I don't want to say anime titties, but I'm saying anime titties.
There are anime titties in it, yeah. And the biggest robot in the show is a robot that's canonically 16 billion trillion light years tall, and its name is the show's name, and it's one of my favorite shows. I love Gurren Lagann.
That's a bit much, honestly. I know you're talking to a Godzilla fan here, but at least in these movies, sometimes there's symbolism occasionally.
Let me put it this way, right? In Gurren Lagann, there's this one guy, and he has these absurd sunglasses. Like, they're just basically, think of like two pointy triangles sticking out at like a 100-degree angle from each other. So like in a Y shape, basically. And he wears them on his face. And when this guy steals a giant robot from like they all get their robots by taking them from like the monsters that control the surface, right? When this guy gets his robot, he steals another guy's robot, beats the shit out of that guy's robot, and turns that robot scrap into giant sunglasses that do nothing for his robot.
See, now this makes me want to make you watch Real Steel.
Yeah. Except Real Steel is Gurren Lagann, but worse.
Okay, Real Steel was so fun, and it's got Hugh Jackman in it, and Hugh Jackman just does not want to be there, and you can tell. But the thing is that his character is supposed to be the kind of guy who doesn't want to be there, so it works.
Oh.
And it's like, it's fun, and it's occasionally like we still in my house reference it to this day because one of like the matches, the main villain robot named Zeus, which is most obviously like, okay, that's gonna be the villain. Is like going to just deliver a knockout blow, and then the bell rings and he just stops.
Oh shit! He just
walks back to his corner like nothing happened. And so like sometimes my dad and I walk up to each other and just like put our fist over to punch the other one and just stop, put our arms down and just walk away. Just do that. Just sometimes we're just doing it and it happens. Also, big milestone for the podcast. Connor's not playing Genshin Impact.
Yo, let's go. Devin is playing Deadbeat, apparently.
Devin is playing Deadbeat, and Connor is not playing Genshin Impact.
Also, the guy who played Spike Spiegel in the Cowboy Bebop dub is in the Gurren Lagann dub. And I'm going to torture you.
Wait, who is it again?
Steve Bloom. But
Steve Bloom, there we
Casey,
go. I'm like, I know he's been in everything.
Casey, you're not allowed to Google who he is. I'm going to make you watch Gurren Lagann, and I'm going to make you listen by ear and find him.
Well, I know. Well, he's a voice actor. Voice actors don't work like that. If you had to tell me where D. Bradley Baker was, and if I had to make you guess where D. Bradley Baker was in Halo 2, you wouldn't be able to guess it.
Are you sure about that? D. Bradley Baker has the D. Bradley Baker voice. It's
No,
like how Steve Bloom has the Steve Bloom voice. You know what the Steve Bloom voice is? You ever heard the guy who does the Toonami commercials?
I'm gonna send you one of the cutscenes where D. Bradley Baker's playing one of the characters, and I'm gonna have you guess which one D. Bradley Baker is.
Okay. But
you're not, I don't think you're gonna be able to get it unless you're like purposefully thinking for it, like purposely looking for like the let's trip Casey up answer.
Okay. In return, you are not allowed to Google who Steve Bloom plays in Gurren Lagann. Capiche?
Well, if you don't, I don't. Here's I think this is the thing you're overestimating. I don't care. No,
but you'll find it funny when you hear him.
Okay. Also, by the way, I was just thinking about this. Just been in the back of my head for a while. Sarah, do you think you could make a working progression out of all those chords you mentioned earlier?
Maybe.
Like, because those because they're all built in the same notes. Like, do you think you could actually make that as a progression work?
Okay. No. Well, if you would move the bass note, because since it's all like the chords all have the same notes. If you move the bass notes, they should sound different, but I don't know. Maybe if you put them in different inversions.
Yeah, that would be because I'm trying to think like, would you be able to make that work?
It's like to make a good progression, all you need is a nice major chord to resolve to. You need to have some tension. That's where the F sharp sus comes in.
Sus. Amagus.
And there's a B minor 6 with a flat 9 in there. That would sound really nice.
That does sound nice. That sounds really nice. Hey, do you guys want to hear about something funny that I think you both would appreciate, even though it's a sports thing?
Shoot.
A couple days ago, former like NBA champion, Finals MVP Paul Pierce, who was like doing he was an analyst with ESPN, went on Instagram Live, just faded as hell with 2 strippers draped all over him, and then today ESPN fired him.
Repeat that?
Yeah, just Paul Pierce just was just like destroyed on Instagram Live, and they were just like 2 strippers on him the whole time, and then he just was like hanging out for like a while on Instagram Live, just like, yeah, man, we're just doing my thing, man. And they just fired him today, and and then he posted an apology video where he's just like, yeah, man, I'm just doing me. It's like, what are you? I'm like, yo, live your best life, Paul Pierce.
Be yourself, king.
Paul Pierce is also the guy who, at one point, it was like, an iconic moment of Paul Pierce's where he got injured in the playoffs and he was wheeled off the court in a wheelchair, and then came back out afterwards and played the rest of the game, and they won.
What?
Because that sounds crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it wasn't because he hurt his leg; it was because he shit his pants. And he admitted it on television that he shit his pants in the middle of the game, and then got wheeled off, and he changed pants and came back out and played the rest of the game.
Good.
But like because he played for the Celtics, a lot of Celtics fans were like, "Look at how tough Paul Pierce." Well, there actually is a story about Paul Pierce being really tough. He got stabbed 10 times before the opening day, like a couple days before the opening game of the year, and then just went out and played pretty well.
Someone's not a Celtics fan.
What? Someone just stabbed.
I'm gonna get some canned laughter and a drum sting on
that. Yes. But
people are liking our. We got 2 lights on our spoilers for Tuesday's episode with no context. You know who that boy is?
Not at all. Literally not at all.
Take a guess.
I'm really stupid, so I'm probably not going to get it.
I don't care. Take a guess.
I feel like I have to go look at him. I'm gonna pull this up. Is that fucking Sufjan Stevens?
Yeah.
Shot in the dark?
That is. You're like, I'm never going to get it. I'm like, who the fuck do you think it is?
It's an excellent point. Everything is Sufjan Stevens.
It's not the weirdest picture of Sufjan Stevens.
Well, Sarah, I forgot. Major thing to mention that I feel like you'd like. Guess there's a street on my way to work that is called John Coltrane Street.
No.
Yep, 33rd. On
Jesus,
my way to
doxes
work.
himself.
Well, it's the city of Philadelphia. If you can find where I'm at in the city of Philadelphia, considering I work at a publicly available place anyway.
Can you need to take me so I can get a picture with the sign. Like
33rd, baby. Let's go to 30. We'll do it. This is all.
please.
Mhm.
Up until now, this conversation has not been very titillating for me, but now it's here.
But now it's here.
Yeah, we will do that. I will when I go into work. I'm not going to work tomorrow. I've got to do my vaccine appointment, and then I have to yell at high school kids. That's what I've been saying. What my involvement in the show is, even though I'm like teaching music and like doing actual stuff, I've just been referring to it as yelling at high schoolers. Which was very confusing when I did that at work and forgot that I hadn't mentioned to them that I was doing the show and what I was doing. So I just told them like, "Oh, I'm leaving early. I gotta go yell at high schoolers." And they went, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Oh, wait, whole shit. I gotta explain what I'm doing."
Yeah.
Guys, I
Like,
promise.
how old is this fucker?
Nah, I'm only 20 years old, and I just go in there and I make sure that our Troy
Casey's
Bolton's
the baby of the show.
no, he's the oldest member of the cast by 2 years.
I mean,
minimum.
our show, Casey.
Of our show. Oh no, I'm such a baby. I'm like less than a year older.
Hey Sarah. My parents are totally the type to, like, not buy me booze, but like for my birthday and Christmas and shit, like give me alcohol. You want to like start drinking on show after I turn 21?
Of course.
Just casually, not like heavily. Just like have a drink to flex on the fact that Casey can.
I got really drunk on Saturday night.
Good. I love it.
I got so drunk that I
Sarah.
watched past performances of myself and ugly cried on my couch.
Oh no. I hate to say, like, I came up with a video essay idea in the car today, but I did. Like, I want to talk about, because I've been reading One Piece, right? And I want to talk about older shonen anime and how protagonists were very dumb. Like your Goku's, your whoever the guy from Bleach was, Naruto from Naruto, One Piece. His name's not One Piece. Luffy from One Piece, very think with your fists kind of guy, and how over the years that changed, and now you have protagonists like Deku from My Hero Academia or Emma from The Promised Neverland. Shonen anime protagonists now think with their brains rather than their fists. There's a better way of saying that, but the point is, My Hero Academia is the ultimate shonen anime because while the protagonist is intelligent, they also have the physical strength to back it up, as opposed to being the mind games that most shonen devolves into these days. And also, I think the shift happened with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I really do. Anyway, that's what I was just like thinking about today.
Yeah, because my video essay of just religious symbolism with the Covenant and Halo 2 has evolved from like me making jokes about it to at one point a working title was Halo 2's Covenant, the Doomed Israelites, which is just really
Jesus.
dark because the problem is there's not enough comparisons that I can make, but essentially it's just the way that I describe Halo 2's Covenant, the way that you can make the comparison, which unfortunately is about 30 seconds long and not enough to make a full video out of, is there is of course there's the flood that are to wipe out the that at one point wiped out most of the world before the Forerunners fired the Halo rings to destroy them.
Okay.
But the Covenant, it sent like, in Noah's Ark story, God made the covenant with humanity that a flood shall never come down to destroy them again. And with all of the symbols, of course, the Ark, the covenant in the Halo games, and the flood, it's all like the same thing, except for the fact that the covenant literally cannot prevent the flood from destroying them. They do not have the ability to fire the rings, nor do they have the ability to fight off the covenant themselves, fight off the flood themselves. So, hence the doomed Israelites.
I think the title needs work, but you have a good concept.
Well, the thing is that I just explained the entire concept. That's it. That's all I have.
Oh. Flesh it out more.
there's
Like, for
not
my
more to
shonen thing-
flesh out.
Oh. Like for my
That's what-
shonen thing, I would like talk about like what I talked about in about 2 seconds. I would talk about in maybe 30 minutes. Talk about like the history of the magazine and like very pivotal series that pushed it. Like talk about Fist of the North Star and how everybody wanted to do big bulky men who could fight with magic, and how that eventually led to Ki, which is magic that anybody can use. Which eventually, that's Dragon Ball Z, which eventually led to stands and JoJo, which are which are Ki, but you don't have to be a buff Super Saiyan. Like anybody can be a stand user, which eventually led to shit like ninjutsu from Naruto, which is almost a looping background. And the point is,
Well,
you
see,
can
what about
trace.
spinjitzu, which I think is an important thing we should be looking into.
I don't think I'm going to talk about the Lego cartoon in my analysis of
I
Shonen Jump
think you
protagonists.
should be talking. I think you should be personally.
I may put it in as a footnote, or maybe just an editing nod to you.
Yes, thank you very much. I would appreciate that.
And this is just like all shit that I came up with like a couple hours ago. Like I'm totally spitballing with most of this, but like, God, I sound like an asshole when I say that. I'm sorry.
No, you don't sound like an asshole when you say
Well,
that. at
I
all.
sound like a genius when I say it, which makes me sound like an asshole.
Well, you sound like you know what you're talking about, which is something that I can't say.
You can.
See, I've made a name for myself on this podcast as I am the person who does not know what they are talking about, while the two people who are here know what they are talking about.
Casey, you're beating yourself up too hard.
I'm doing what I can do. See, Sarah, I don't know, Sarah, were you in front of a piano when you did that whole chord thing? Did you just come up with that off the top? Because I did turn around and look at my piano and try to look at those chords out, but I couldn't do it off the top.
I wrote it out.
That is sick though. I've had that progression, just like what you could do with that progression in my head. Like this whole time, I've just been like, what can you do with that? Because it's all built around C Lydian.
Sure.
And C Lydian is fun. I already wrote a
all the
progression with
modes
C
of-
Lydian though.
It's the modes of C Lydian itself.
Exactly.
C Lydian has its own modes.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is. You're right. Yeah. See, because I've been doing a lot with C Lydian because I wrote an entire gigantic progression with this whole like monstrosity of a progression out of C Lydian itself.
You call yourself untalented, bud. You have like 2 billion followers on TikTok, don't you?
I have, how many do I have? And most of them are from a video where I just hold on, what is I have 3,859 followers on TikTok.
Have them listen to your podcast. Also, did I tell
I
you
tried to plug it and I got 4 likes on the video where I plugged it.
when I uploaded the core video in chunks, all the videos got like several hundred views, and the view count on the core video went up like a dozen-fold.
Oh yeah, TikTok is weird because everything gets like a certain amount of views essentially because it just TikTok shows it around to people and it sees how many people enjoy it, and then it'll start showing it to more people if more people like it.
Yeah.
But like it's weird because I'll have back-to-back videos that I make that, like, for example, within like 2 days of each other, I posted 315, 318, 3 days of each other. I posted one video that got 1.2 million views, and then to more of an audience because I gained all those followers, I got a video that I posted that was 2,800 views. And I think that video is better, by the way, because it's somebody who like he was just like, tell a serious story, I'll provide the music, and he just plays a polka in the background. And then I did the speech that Thanos gives on Thor's ship in Infinity War.
Can I run an idea by you for like a thing that I think would be a funny thing if I ever do TikTok? Because that's the thing. I'm a better writer than I am comedian. So it's, and if you want, we could like film this over the summer at some point. It would involve a suit and maybe a green screen. So it's, I come up to you and I go, hey man, and you're like, hey man, are you lost? I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get to, I think it's called Sugar Hill up in Harlem. And I just hear the beginning bars of Take the A Train. And I go, wait, what the fuck is going on? And then it flashes back to me and I'm in black and white and like dressed in a suit. I'm like, oh fuck, who the fuck are all you people? Because the lyric, I've been listening to that song a lot recently. And the lyrics are, you must take the A Train to get to Sugar Hill up in Harlem. Right?
One of my favorite memes is just the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I think I sent this to Sarah, or maybe Sarah showed it to me. But it's just Johnny Test with his arm crossed, and it's just like, there is no way you must take the A train to get to Sugar Hill down in Harlem.
No, but I just want to, or maybe we can like line it up where like you're sitting on a park bench and we line it up because they use that song in Reveal with Beverly, right? Like you definitely know that. We could line it up where you through some fancy cutting shit. I line the shot up so you are replaced with Duke Ellington, who starts that song.
Splendid, spectacular. We got to do that.
Yeah. Like, oh fuck. It's like, wait, what? What the fuck? Who are you people? And it just cuts out before, like, it cuts out before the lyrics ever come in. So like you have to know the song to get the joke. Ideally, this is less than like 30 seconds long.
Well, that's the best things on TikTok are either they make you like want to stay to watch the rest of the video or they're short.
Yeah.
Like the videos where I call myself a nerd and a virgin are like 15 seconds long. And some of those are my best. Like those are most of the videos that do well on my. I've got like one video that's got like 200,000 views where I'm just like.
Can I get access to your TikTok account for a day? And all I do is mock you.
You're just like, yo, look at this bitch.
I'll be like, yo, I'm Casey. I'm trying to get down. I'm from Philadelphia. I play the saxophone, but not well. And like
Jesus, brutal, absolutely brutal. Yeah, hold on. I'm checking how many likes I got on the. Oh yeah, I got 10 likes.
I'll get some like yellow construction paper and like tape it to my head like it's sticking up. I just brutally make fun of you.
There's no mercy for just absolute murder. I also just realized,
of course, on the converse, you can make fun of me.
How many videos have I made in the same damn outfit where I just wear the black The Process t-shirt and I just wore that same t-shirt in all of these videos? It's because it walks the fine line between makes me look buff but doesn't make me look overweight. It's a beautiful shirt. It's perfect.
Oh god. I bought a shirt today, guys. I bought a new t-shirt today. I know, right? It's not shirt. I may now own 8 t-shirts. That's not a commentary on like I promise I'm clean. I do laundry like all the time, but it's just like I only own like 6 shirts.
Yeah, he does not wear that many shirts. Especially not sweatshirts where I swear he just wears one sweatshirt all the time, but he washes it like every other day.
I have 3 sweatshirts. Shit. I have Cape Cod, I have Westchester University. That's the one I have 2 Westchester ones. I have like one of the more like athletic fabric Westchester ones that I actually wear out, and then I have like a beat up like cotton Westchester one that I wear to work. Damn. Yeah, I needed a pair of shorts, and then I was at Target, and I saw. Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
I can't believe that you only have like 8 shirts, man. Like, you know how much clothes I have? Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Well, when Casey and I lived together, he was like, all right, man, these 2 drawers. He's like, these 4 drawers are yours. These 4 drawers are mine. I'm like, I need 2 drawers.
Yeah, so I ended up with way too much drawer space, and I ended up losing stuff because I couldn't find which damn drawer I put it in because I had too many drawers.
This is a shirt that I bought today.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's cute.
There was an Avatar: The Last Airbender one that I'm like, that could be kind of cool, but like if it had been a Legend of Korra shirt, I would have bought it immediately.
That's very cute. That's a color that I can see you wearing.
Yeah. And plus I had it in XXL. I don't actually, that's the thing, because I never buy shirts, I don't know what size I am. So I just buy XXLs to make sure it fits.
If it works, it works. Yeah. All right. We've gotten entirely off the rails completely.
Yeah. At this point, we're not even talking about education anymore.
Yeah, we started with a topic, and then as I said, we got on a roll. We started talking about stuff.
Yeah. I'm stuff.
So we're gonna get back into this voice to wrap things up. So as we've mentioned, I'm your host Zach Snyder, and I've been here with Evan.
My name is Joss Whedon. I don't know what you're talking about. My daughter.
I can and will recut your movie. And Sarah.
Yeah, I was here too.
Stay tuned because we're releasing this podcast on Tuesday, and then on Thursday we release the Snyder cut of this podcast, where everything is said in slower motion and the Wonder Woman entrance music plays whenever Sarah talks.
Our show is recorded by myself, Casey and Sarah, and edited by me, Evan. And our outro is Ararian Dance by the late great Miyaves. Have a good night.